Hello. Hi there, Miss Shonda. How are you? Hi there, Mr. Medrano, Melanie Hill. How are you? Hello. How's everybody doing? Am I live on my page or on my personal page? I have to ask that now because of what happened last night. Good. Thank you. Thank you, Shonda. I'm doing well. Um, I'm doing well. Somebody, thank you to a follower that bought me this food right now, and because I've never eaten here at the what is this called? The barbecue chicken. Like a day or two. But at night it would always come back like with a vengeance. Right? Well, and I wouldn't take ibuprofen because it wasn't worth the side effects because it wasn't even touching my pain. It wasn't even touching my pain. Like not even a little bit. So I just dealt with it. I dealt with it. And I would put a pain patch right here, but it didn't really do anything for the pain in my arm. And I'm not gonna lie, it was so hard to just deal with the pain. And that's what I did. I just dealt with it. And I don't know if it's my ADHD or if it's my autism, but well, this morning was the first morning that I woke up pain free. And I knew that because I was lying on my left side and I was like, I haven't been able to lie down like this with my arm like this. I haven't been able to do this in over a week. And I was like, ugh, when you move right now, it's going to be excruciating. And no, it wasn't. The pain's finally going away. And I noticed, and it made me reflect on things. It made me reflect on how people with autism and ADHD we see time differently. We don't. Time is different for us, and like every time I'm going through something, feels like it's never gonna stop. Like it's always gonna be like that. Like I'm not kidding. I was like already accepting the possibility that this pain was never going to go away and I was going to have to live the rest of my life with this pain. Right? Because along with manifestation and always, seeing yourself waking up and manifesting that you don't have any more pain anymore, right? And living as if you have no pain anymore, right? You also have to accept the possibility that you're going to have suffering. And that's with anything. That's with anything. Anything that you do, whether you go all in and you go in a relationship or you get a new job or anything. Not only are you have to do it all. You have to imagine that you are already living the life as if the outcome that you want has already occurred. But you also have to tell yourself and accept there is always going to be the possibility that I will suffer, whether it's pain, physical pain, or emotional pain. But when you have ADHD or autism, I don't know which one it is that does this to me. Not only do I accept the possibility that it might happen, the suffering, but I always accept the possibility that it might happen forever. I'm being serious. I always accept the possibility that this may never go away. And you're just going to have to figure out a way to just live with this pain. You're just going to have to figure out a way, you're just going to have to figure out a way to live with your life being taken hostage by these bullies in power forever. You are just going to have to figure out a way that you're going to live the rest of your life up until the last day that you are able to even work for a living, that they will have your life held hostage. But I also accept the fact that, yes, you're probably going to have continued suffering, obviously, right? And I live my life as if I've already gone through the fire. It's over. I've won every single case. And I won the case suing the city, suing the county, suing the people that did this to me. And I set precedents by being able to take away the immunities of the judges and the people in power and the police officers that thought that they could not have their immunity stripped from them. Because nobody had ever done it before. Because nobody ever fought to that degree. But you did this to somebody with autism and ADHD. I mean, do not expect the same results that you expect fighting different monsters. This is a creature that you have never opposed. Right? So, yeah, my pain's going away. Thank goodness. Because I thought it wasn't. And you know what? Now I have more empathy for people that live with chronic pain, because a lot of people like to write that shit off and be like, oh, they're just baby criers, or, they're just like too sensitive or whatever. And it's no joke living with chronic pain. I didn't even want to put makeup on. I didn't want to do anything. I knew that it was going to hurt me all day long, and I just wanted to go through the motions of what I had to do for that day, and that's it. Go home and suffer and try to go to sleep, and the next day happen, and until you get to the days that are closer to when you don't have no more pain. So, thank you. Thank you. And to the men who don't be sending me that shit. So, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. I'm the kind to screenshot what you are sending me and put it out there, because that's disgusting. What kind of woman do you think I am? What have I done on this? What have I done on this page for you to even think that I would consider anything like that? Shame on you. Go ask your mother to do that for you. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ronnie Scousner. Thank you. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you, Erica. I didn't put anything on but just my eyelashes and eyeliner and lip gloss and blush, and that's it. I had been using foundation, but I did not have time for that today. I wasn't going to deal with that. Foundation is serious. Hi, Marilyn. She says, hi, Vanessa, sweetheart. How are you doing? Yes, Marilyn. I hurt my arm. I hurt my whole left upper extremity, my whole shoulder from here to the tips of my fingers. I dislocated my shoulder doing dumbbell bent over lateral arm raises. And it's been 10 days. And today was the first day that I woke up with no pain. And you know what I think is so weird is that I didn't know that most people don't hear themselves. I didn't know that most of y'all do not. It even sounds silly for me to say it, but the thing is that most of the population is like this, so I'm just going to go and say it. Because to me it sounds silly, because my whole life I thought everybody was like that. Like, people don't have an inner monologue. I have an inner monologue. And most people don't. And I don't know what that's like, because like right now I can be looking at this guy and be like, wow, this guy's really pretty today. And in my mind, I hear myself saying, the sky is really pretty today. I hear it. All my thoughts are said in my mind. They're like said. And I didn't know that most people, that doesn't happen. And I wonder what it's just quiet? Is it just quiet? That's why I have to wear these. Well, that, and I can hear like everything like a dog can hear, which I don't like because it's annoying. But no, it's too much to hear my inner monologue and to hear everything else. I didn't know that. So my inner monologue this morning told me, because I don't tell myself like physically with my mouth, like, you see, look at you are so silly. You really had accepted a timeline, a possible timeline of yours in which you were going to have this pain for the rest of your life. And that's just, but I didn't say that. That's in my inner monologue. And that's what I was thinking. So when I woke up and I moved my arm, I was like, oh my goodness. And my inner monologue told me, look at you. You always do that to yourself. You always accept a timeline in which you always accept the possibility of a timeline in which you will have to live with whatever it is forever. And I always do that. Anyways, I thought everybody had an inner monologue. And I thought it was interesting. Also, you know what I have not mentioned? Hi there, Kelly. How are you? Happy Sunday afternoon. You know what I thought also is interesting? I did not know that not everybody sees the calendar, you know, like a monthly calendar or a yearly calendar. Like they do on their phone. Like I thought, I didn't think that, I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. I didn't think that most people see it that way. I didn't think that. I see it starting from left to right was January. And then on the corner over here is July. And it's August and September. And then October, November, and then it's December on the top left-hand corner. That's why sometimes whenever I'm saying a story and I remember something in October, you see me look towards October because I'm looking at the calendar that I have in my mind of the year. And if I'm talking about something that happened in June, then I look that way because I see it in my mind like that. And depending on what happened in that month of that year, it's more significant than the rest of the year of that. I thought everybody saw things like that, not like the calendar on your phone. I don't know, I thought that was interesting. And no, this is live right now. Where is that, Marilyn? Where is that sale? January the 26th is a very important date. And of course, Chinese New Year is in February. It's the year of the dragon. It's the year of the fire horse. It's the year of the fire horse. It's the year of the fire horse. When a 12-year cycle ends. Today is also a really important day. And on January the 26th is a really important day because that's the day that a 14-year cycle ends. I don't know, but I've been knowing this for a long time already, and that's why I have been waiting for 2026 for a really long time. Anyway, I'm about to get to my destination. Oh my goodness, I know Amanda. Thank you. Thank you, Erica. Amanda says, men act like a way to a lady's heart is. I know. You don't know how many men, they don't do this anymore, but they would be like, when I'd be surviving, and it'd be like serious shit, because at that time, 10 years ago, it was okay. It was okay. Can you believe that? It was okay for a whole region of the nation to bully one woman because it's fun and there ain't shit else to do in these 4 counties for those kind of mean people, right? And people down here would literally assume that the rest of the world, those hateful people, literally assume that the rest of the world would see social media as nothing but entertainment. And yeah, granted, the majority of people do see social media as entertainment for them. They get on there, they're bored, they're just, scrolling, doom scrolling, whatever, right? But some people use it like news stations that have their own Facebook, that have their own TikTok, use it to put out serious news. In that same regard, there are people out there that use their social medias for things that really matter. Those are the people that you see make live videos. Not making a living out of it, but talking about the things that matter or surviving things. Because what's happening to them is something that matters. And if people don't want to believe it at the moment that it's happening, it's documented for all the world to see. She wasn't lying. The shit that was happening to her was serious. And so I remember in the very beginning, when people thought it was like, ha ha ha, they're just stupid, low vibrational, people that were not, they could not self-regulate, and just those kind of, people, right? No scruples. And they would be like, you just need to get a good effing. Yeah, you just need a good D. Yeah, never mind that you've been arrested 12 times. None of that shit matters. You just need a good effing. Because a good effing is what? Gonna make me overlook the fact that I am literally being the most targeted woman in America right now, simply because I stood up to the good old boy system, the compadrismo system in the Rio Grande Valley. And I was like, fuck all of y'all. You're not gonna do this to me. I'm being serious. Anyway, it's the truth that really did happen. It doesn't happen anymore, except they try doing that in my inbox now, because I guess all these years later, 10, 12, 13, 14 years later, it's not socially acceptable to be telling a woman that, because now people know that there are people that use their social media for serious reasons. Not just to doom scroll, not just to be a fucking asshole and be an asshole or a bitch on somebody else's pages and just troll them and just be mean, hateful people. No, some people actually have their social medias for serious reasons, for important reasons, right? And so now it's not so socially acceptable for somebody to come over and be like, you just need some good D. So now they do it in my inbox. And it's like, first of all, and no. Second of all, if I were the kind of person that would even entertain such a thought, it would never be from the likes of you. God, get on my phone. Shoo, get out of here. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Thank you. Thank you. That's from my highlighter. My pain is almost gone. I woke up pain-free for the first time after my injury. After I dislocated my shoulder and I was walking around for 3 days with a dislocated shoulder and I didn't even know. I worked all last weekend with a dislocated shoulder. And I remember while I was working, I was like, man, this really bothers me. And nothing ever bothers me like that. But I remember thinking all last weekend, this really bothers me. This really bothers me. And I had a whole dislocated shoulder and I didn't even know. My goodness. So I didn't even put any makeup on or nothing at all, as you can see from my video from last night. I did not care about any of that. I just wanted to go through my day, and I wanted my day to just pass. I just wanted every day to just pass, because every day was possibly a day that was closer to a day that I would be pain-free, right? And today that happened, and I was like, oh, I'm going to, I didn't feel like doing anything. That's why I have a newfound respect and a new level of empathy. I already did, but I already have a new level of empathy for people that live with chronic pain. You're not going to want to clean your house like that. You're not going to want to put makeup on like that. You're not going to want to do none of that shit. It's miserable. It's miserable. It's miserable to live with that. And people judge people like that. And people don't realize that when somebody gets traumatized emotionally, because a lot of people, especially where I live, you know how on TikTok they have people that have depression homes? You know, I lost a loved one. My husband left me. I got diagnosed with this. I lost my job. Something very emotional and emotionally traumatic happened to them, right? And so they disregarded their housely duties, right? You don't do that where I come from. No, Where I come from, they will troll the fuck out of you. They will laugh at you. They don't know what a depression room is. They don't know what a depression house is, because that's the kind of mentality that I have had to survive for the last 50 years. Yeah. And these people down here where I live, in the region where I live, it's the same region where people say, oh, there's no mean girl mentality. Yes, the fuck there is. And yes, there's mean girls and boys everywhere in the world. But I will always stand by that in the most desperate of statistics in those areas, the mean girl mentality, mean boy mentality, hateful mentality will forever be the strongest in those areas. And I don't give a damn what popular person in Rio Grande Valley thinks about that shit. I really don't, because I've never cared. And I've been doing social media way before they ever started. And that's the damn truth. Please. So I say that because that's the way they are. I say that because I'm about to speak about these people from down here. And they don't like it. They don't like it when they speak about the culture from down here that I've had to survive, that exists. But since we're talking about pain, I can see why people with chronic pain have depression homes, depression houses, and stuff like that. I've never been through that, right? I've never been through that. But people do not understand that it's a scientific fact that emotional trauma, narcissistic abuse, emotional abuse, creates the exact same chemical reaction that a physical trauma would create. These people down here in the Rio Grande Valley where I live, they do not know nothing about that shit. They just be judging everybody and hating on everybody and laughing at everybody, with not even looking at their own flaws. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna let y'all go. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and that's it. That's it. Thank y'all so much. And I have a tiny little bit of pain, but I'm hoping that if I woke up pain free, um, tomorrow's gonna be better, and it is gonna be better. It is. It is gonna be better. Thank you. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.